One adult miniature. Bruh. This park is just filled with students. Now it's empty. There's no one here. It feels desolate, of course, because there's the epidemic that's spreading. There's no sign of the pecking opera club members who used to practice here, or the students who would chat over tanghulu and mango waffles. But there's one food standing. But there's one food still here. Let's go something to eat. Sensei, I've got a craving for egg tart. Are you gonna use my money? Go menu ka. Oh no. Even bro, even brush my teeth really good afterwards. Bruh. Wait, Black Tortoise Promenade? Sensei, did you know they started selling banji here at the Peach Blossoms? Oh, it's Peach Blossom Springs. The background is just the Black Tortoise Promenade. The third-year girls try to avoid it because it goes against tradition. They're selling banji here at the Peach Blossom Spring. Yeah, this is different. The third-year girls try to avoid it because it goes against tradition. What do you mean by goes against tradition? It's for children only, I guess? Once you tried it, you've got to have another one. What's a banji? I've never heard of it. Banji is food for children. Filled with... It's a chilled fruit cream cake filled with fresh cream and fruit inside a thin crust. Mango's the most famous, but you can serve whatever you like. Green tea, chocolate, strawberries, whatever. It's for children, isn't it? That's why they don't quote-unquote tradition. It's actually because it's for children. Oh, that sounds delicious. I really want to try it, Sensei. But didn't you just have an egg tart? My wallet. Uh-oh. 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 The guy... Well, found the thumbnail, I guess. It goes great with strong green tea. The green tea balances out the riches and the fruits and cream, so you can take each bite with clean palate. Can we please, pretty please? Gomen Yuka. Alright. Oh, no Gomen Yuka. Alright then. Yay, thank you. Kiki like this. Bruh. I'm gonna faint. You almost did a spit take. What do you mean spit take? Sensei, you can't do that. You're an adult. You should watch your manners in the room. Bro. Too much cute and funny, I guess. We've been eating a lot. We should try to walk it off. First and foremost, are we here to eat things or are we here to investigate? Great idea. This is the perfect place for it too. It's always so Wait, something clicked in my brain. Isn't she supposed to be weak? Yeah, isn't she supposed to not be able to like walk around for extended periods of time? Okay. And if we're lucky, we can meet a panda, bro. Hey, over there. Uh-oh. Wouldn't that be dangerous? This is what I kept saying back in the previous event. It's okay, the pandas here are used to... Wait a minute. Wait, what? Wait. Didn't Kisaki said this in the past and now she doesn't know? Okay. Please don't go near the one that lives in the side enjoys bamboo shoots. If you pick one and hand it to them, they'll eat it, of course. Pooh, bro. Okay, say it. Oh, I want bro. Don't get too close. Like what both of them has said now. Still a bear. Oh wait, it was Kisaki that said that there's still a bear. Oh no. That's an incredibly satisfying day. Really, I'm so glad. How about you, Sensei? As long as your students enjoyed it. My wallet. We are more like Plum Blossom Garden students than actual Wait. We're in Plum Blossom Garden. Kokona had a grudge towards Shunling. Uh-oh. We'll see what happens. Then as long as the children enjoyed it. What's with that face? You look so distant, like you've reached... Yes. Yes. Gomen, Shunling. I am enlightened. Oh, it's nothing. I don't have to worry about it. Really? Oh, hi, Kokona. Didn't you have a grudge towards Shunling in the past? It's been a while, and who's that next to you? Her name is Kiki. She recently transferred here. Shun recommended her. Hello, Instructor Kokona. My name is Kiki. It's a pleasure to meet you. You see that, Sensei? I am a... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, what? You're smiling at me all of a sudden. Why are you but... That'll do, I guess. What? You say it's good to know you're the world's... Yeah? You say it's good to know that the world's still functioning... What do you mean by that? I'm going to look for Shun over that way. Wait, she's missing. Where is Shun today anyway? I'll go help find her. That's kind of you. Wait, that's kind of you to offer, but you don't really have to. Huh? This is something you have to do? Where you're saying a lot of confusing things today. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, I'll leave it to you. I'll have to go take care of the other children. Which I can do as Plum Blossom Garden instructor. Now, no trouble at all. You did have trouble back in the past. Well, then let's continue. Ooh. We almost got caught. Kakona's got a good sense about these sorts of things. You know about the saying, bad things happen during the night? Well, let's see if that holds true here, I guess. At least we've actually achieved... At least we've achieved our intended goal of covertly investigating Shanghai Jing. Well done, everyone. How do you think it went, madam? How should I say this? It was fun. No, something else. She's gonna say something else. Saya. Oh! Huh? Oh, hello. My name's Kiki. I've just transferred here, so I don't know what's your name. Bruh. Immediately catches. That's how much they know each other. Isaki, what are you doing? So, yeah, you can't escape her. I'm not gonna say she's your rival, but you have known each other for quite some time. This is all a bit much. I guess there's no fooling you. Can someone explain? Isaki, Sensei. Let's take this someplace else first. First and foremost, we need to know why you're small. Okay, I've checked out that there's no one around, and our voices shouldn't carry too far. And even if someone does see us, they'll think that the Plum Blossom Garden children are at the park with their instructor. Well, I guess. I mean, at least there's no FBI here looking at us. And why are you together with children, sir? Are you a predator or something? So come out with it already, Kisaki. What are you up to? It's nothing to worry about. We simply chose an outfit to happen to fit our needs here. Oh, so you're spying. I see. I'm aware that you spy. I'm aware that you spy, you know. But why the whole Kiki business? Well, a covert investigation outfit must take into consideration the timing, the situation. So yeah, she's got a point, you know. Disguises doesn't only count the attire, it also counts on the personality. If you say so. I'm reminded of the time you snuck into the Black Tortoise promenade disguise. I'm reminded of the time you snuck in with that Black Tortoise promenade disguise. Interesting. Ah, of course I remember that. Visually, the disguise was perfect. Everything was going right. Yeah, it's just the fact that you both of you know each other for a long time now. And then you tried to cook. That was bound to give you away. Oh no, is Kisaki a don't let her cook person? Oh no. Be glad I was the one who caught you. If someone else had figured it out, you would have you would have a political problem in your hands. And I paid that debt in full. I know, just reminiscing. Right, so what are you up to exactly? Wait, that question should be on to you. Me, well, since the Moonlight Festival might or might not be held this year, I have wanted to make sure. Oh, the Plum Blossom Garden children all got mooncakes. This is curious because she is small, and when she arrives in the Plum Blossom. If she arrives in the Plum Blossom Garden and then she meets Shun, is she gonna say that, hey, I'm Rumi, I've been infected? Okay, let's continue. Would you like one? I have a few left. Moonlight Cave, I missed those. Thank you, I really appreciate it. So yeah, they don't Rumi and Kisaki don't actually hate each other. They're literally just two leaders of different parties where they're just two leaders on different parties whose members hate each other. But Kisaki and Rumi themselves, they don't hate each other. They're just, I don't know, like, yeah, they're just leaders, I guess. In that case, I can't refuse. Oh wait, what? How about you, Sensei? The mooncake from Black Tortoise are a local specialty. Okay. As I took one bite of mooncake, let's go. I'm a little bit hungry, by the way. Let's go. For some time, For some time, all was quiet as we shared the snacks. This reminds me of days gone by. Remember when we shared our very first mooncakes we made together? Yeah, they do have a history with each other. Probably Rumi was the best cook. She's probably like the best cook, which is why the Black Tortoise Promenade members elected Rumi, while Kisaki is like the smartest in the group. That's why she got elected as Genryumon. So now, like, they were once like friends, and then they got elected in two different parties that oppose each other. So that is why, like, now there's like a strain. Well, not really strain, more like a distance between the two of them. You still remember that? We used egg yolks, walnuts, and red bean paste. You need to let go of the past. Says you who reminiscent of the past person. My goodness, that's that face. That is one smug face. Oh, it's that smug. I don't know. Let's continue. It was just so intense. The red bean paste tasted slightly burned. The egg yolk was half cooked, and the walnuts were so broken apart there was no crunch, bro. Kisaki, you're the one who pressed the mooncakes into the mold. Yes, and that's why they were crumbled mush. They barely qualified as mooncakes after all. Interesting. For someone with the stature of Kisaki, well, she's small now. She's smaller in the previous time, and then she can crush walnuts. Jeez. Well, you can't expect to be perfect the first time. It's all part of the process. Yeah, she's. Oh no, I think she really is. Kisaki is a don't let her cook person, isn't she? Well, at least she's not. At least she's not jury level. But well, let's continue. Very true, but still, no matter how much time passes, I still remember those mooncakes. That's right. Around the time I set my goals to become a chef. Would you say you've achieved that? Not sure. I guess I did. Kind of. What about you? Oh, what did she have in the past? Hard to say. Remember, I never wanted to be a pro. She was elected. Yeah, she was elected as the president. Like, I volunteer her as the president. So yeah, she never wanted to become a president. But now there's the question of what did Kisaki really wanted to be? An actress, I guess. Well, let's continue. Well, you made a good one. You've made a good one, but well, she's tied down. And I must say, as my whole street goes into red from all your restrictions. She actually is sad. So sorry, I don't even have the words. She had no choice though. It started from the chemical attack started from her place. Yeah, the chemical attack started from her place, so she's forced to quarantine it. Oh no, I wasn't looking for an apology. Not a serious one. Truly is. We had some operating funds save up, and some people understand you're doing what you have to do. More importantly, after everything that's been going on at the promenade, the members really don't have much right to complain. Stop with that face! Stop with that face, you little girl! Still, it's not going to be easy trying to calm the kids down later. I can only imagine. Well, I'm sure you have it harder. Just stay determined like always, and I'm sure you'll work out. No, I don't think. Yeah, this is gonna reach a tipping point. I can already smell it. Stay determined. What's up? You were determined when we started out. When we started out, what do you mean? I'm not sure. I never was. Oh, I think when we started like thinking about their future, I guess. Like, I wanted to become a chef. Oh. Yeah, I think that's it. You were determined when we started out. Yeah, I think she was determined to become a chef. Kisaki though, what was Kisaki's dream? This is so curious. Like, what was Kisaki's dream then? She wanted to become a chef. What was her dream? Or maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe that's it. You were determined when we started out. I'm not sure I was ever. Yeah, maybe this is it. She didn't have a dream, I think. I may be wrong, but maybe Kisaki didn't have like a dream to become a chef, a dream to become a performer, something like that. Yeah, I think Kisaki just wants to chill. Then like she got elected. Let's continue, I guess. Even so, you'll still work it out. Yeah, she will still work it out, but this is gonna be rough. What do you mean, Sensei? If you... Bro, the uppercase. There was you. And then there's... What? Where is it? Yeah, there's you. There's also... I, yeah, something like that. Like all the uppercase. Yeah, there's a lot of U's uppercase and had now. Sheesh. If you had determined, you would have a problem now. If you were never determined, then you haven't lost it. If you had determined, you'd have a problem now. If you were never determined, then you wouldn't have lost it. What? Okay, I don't understand this. I'm sorry. I'm not that smart, you know. So you're saying I can't lose something I never had? I suppose that makes sense. That's a whole other way to look at it. So what's your honest opinion of how I've been handling things so far? I'm not gonna say that I know you're doing your best. I'm just gonna say that this is the only things that she can do as the president. I see. But sometimes just doing one's best doesn't get the job done. True. External factors. That's a thing. The Black Torch Promenade has a similar saying. Cooking hard doesn't matter if the food... Cooking hard doesn't matter if the food, yeah, exactly. If you've got the ingredients wrong, if you got the ingredients wrong, either the meat has spoiled a little, yeah. Talking from experience here. If you cook something that's already bad, it will go bad. It do go bad. Right, that's the same meaning, just like how the Eastern Alchemy Society always puts up so much effort. I mean, Saya is not here. She's under investigation. Don't tease Saya too much. So, Kisaki, Rumi, and Saya, like, are they connected to all three of each other? Then Shunling is just the third one that is like the free one, I guess. So let's continue. I wasn't trying to single out Saya, but there was that other problem before. Hold on. The Eastern Alchemy Society? People are talking, not me. Yeah. Kai. The head of the Eastern Alchemy Society is missing. She's being investigated, right? Eastern Alchemy Society presence is cooperating with the investigation, but we haven't had any useful testimony yet. Yeah, she's still under... What if the reason why we haven't had any useful testimony yet? What if the reason why they don't have the testimony yet is that, quote unquote, she hasn't talked yet? And that hasn't talked yet can either mean Saya didn't talk or there were no reports that she talked. Maybe like someone is like saying like, yeah, maybe someone is saying that Saya isn't talking yet, but in reality Saya isn't there. Like she's been dragged somewhere, and then the person that should report the chain of command, right? Chain of command, and then one of them is saying that she's not giving any testimony yet, but in reality that person is falsifying reports. Saya is not there. Interesting. Okay. The assumption is that the Tyke syndrome is related to the Eastern Alchemy Society. That would mean... Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Wait, this is unfair. The Eastern Alchemy Society has nothing to do with this. Let me think about this from a different perspective. If I wanted to return to Shanghai Xing, it would be difficult for an expelled student to return without any formal process. Yeah. I may be wrong, but if I'm right... Yikes. Yup. I think Saya is not there. Not because... I think the reason why Saya is not, quote-unquote, saying any testimony is the fact that she's not there in the interrogation room. Doubtly so for Shintanikai. What is it? What's wrong, Kisaki? That's what I was missing. The Eastern Alchemy Society is in great danger. Yup. The Eastern Alchemy Society? Why there? Madam President, what is it? Mina, we need recon at the Eastern Alchemy Society right now. I was just about to tell you, the Eastern Alchemy Society just sent us an urgent message. Saya is missing. Yeah, and the members are here as well. That's not good. I had a feeling it was you. Of course it was you. Who else could have done it? Yup. What are they talking about? I'm not sure, but I've never seen that look on the president's face. Let me make you... Bruh, so you are a servant of Zinj, a good friend to Dr. Thrax, and now Black Suit. Sheesh. If you sign the society over to me, I'll look after you, bro. Allow me to carry out all the process of creating, testing, applying, and using the potion. The issue with your body can be solved within a month. I think you already know the answer to that. So, I think I think you already know the answer to that, ma'am. I still remember all the pain you created. Many students suffered and struggled. What did she do, though? And you want me to let you back in with no consequence just for your own benefit? There is a lot of uppercase words here, sheesh. The answer is the same as before. No. Until and unless you can show regret and take responsibility, there is no place for you here in Shanghai Jing. No, not now, not ever. Bruh. You are... There's a lot of uppercase letter here, though. You are the same as before. But if you want consequences, here they are. Whoa. That's the potion. Bro, the jiggle physics, please stop. Okay, Ratio is Mystic. Whoa, 2000! Whoa, jeez! Okay, I'll give this to you then. Here. Okay, it's not... Oh, wait, what? Is that Kisaki's skill? Wait a minute. Bruh! One shot. Bruh. Oh, it's already morning, bro. Yeah, it's already morning. Ugh. Okay. Stay back, Sensei. It's too dangerous. She's still on the move. What have you done to yourself? What is this potion she has? I sampled the fruits of my labor, that's all. It must be hard for you to understand, stuck in your old ways, and at the same time so full of hesitation. What are you saying? You're still hesitating, aren't you? All your restrictions on the promenade and the festival, your dealings with Ganimon and the Peking Opera. You claim to stand for tradition and the pride of Shanghai Jing, but you're really not. But inside, your thoughts are something else entirely. I see your denial, and behind it, your wonderment at how I could possibly know what you're thinking. What nonsense are you spraying you? Oh, by all means, keep up the facade as best as you can, but your actions show what you truly stand for. You, proud Ganymon enforcers, you know exactly what I mean. You've realized it in your hearts already. Sheesh. You see the mask she's wearing, and you know she's someone else behind it. Not the champion of tradition she'd have... Wait, not the champion of tradition she'd have you believe it. Is the president really? What are you even asking? Don't listen to that criminal. Yeah, she's very, like, she's just telling the truth though, and this is like the weakness of secrecy. Like, if you keep secrets all the way through, when that comes out, it's gonna be really difficult to deal with. Jeez. Anyone can speak a pledge of loyalty, anyone can harbor doubts. Even the greatest rulers cannot control the hearts of the people, true. And mark my words, one day you will share my experience. Meaning what? You will be cast out of Shanghai Jing. You will know the pain of it, the shame, just as I did. You'll know the hardship of being an unaffiliated student, just as I did. You know the emptiness of wandering homeless, just as I did. And all because you made me this way, Kisaki. Yeah, okay. Yes, you. None other than you. Interesting. There is a very curious theory going on around about the seven prisoners being them, the seven prisoners being the like symbolism of the seven deadly sins. Like Akira, like yeah, Wakamo is aligned with Rat, right? And then there's Akemi, which well, I have my own theory about that one, and that is Wakamo is lust, Akira is pride, then Akemi is I think wrath because she did held a grudge, but now even her holds a grudge. Now there's two wrath, or maybe there's something else. Let's continue. Yes, you, none other than you. You filled my heart with venom, with resentment, with the need for vengeance. Every drop of it is all your fault. And what is the role of the president if not accepting fault? The ruler of old would take the blame for everything, storm, fires, floods. All the responsibility with no excuses. That is what it means to you to hold your station, madam. That's it was all for Shanghai-jing. I did what I did to you because the students were suffering. See, anyway, the small sacrifice for the greater good. Yes. Okay, never mind. There's it. There it is. Yes. That's it. That's the look I want to see. The expression alone has been worth the journey here. Take a good look, Genryman. This is the president. Behold the pale shadow of your glorious past. She has no love for your tradition. She's not even in it for personal glory. That, at least, would be understandable. She's nothing but a foolish child with no idea what it means to hold her station. No idea what she truly wants. Well, I guess this is when Genrymon takes a stand. Either join Kisaki, they either protect Kisaki or join with Kai. Genrymon's members aren't always known for thinking for yeah, true, amen. This is the point where they have to start thinking for themselves. But the time has come for you to do so. Stand on your own 2 feet, look through your own eyes and answer on your own words. Is Kisaki what Shanghai-jing needs? Is Kisaki what Genrymon needs? Well, here we go, I guess. Grab Kisaki, let's get out of here. Understood. Oh, man, she's fat. Oh, she dodged the bullet. Yeah, Saya did say that if you take the yeah, she dodged the bullet though. Saya did say that if you take the 10,000-year Jingsen, you'll be able to see the bullets like try to hit you. I think that was it. I wasn't finished. Very rude of you. Still, fine initiative, Sensei. You're not as predictable as I thought. It doesn't matter anymore. All I have to do is to perfect the potion. The Genrymon members are still here, though. I'll consider this as a fresh start. This time, I'll get everything I want, and no one will hold me back. Okay, let's see where this goes. Are you alright, Sensei? What about Kisaki, Mina, and Rumi? Don't worry about those 3. We took them to the safest spot in the promenade. We may need to take you there too soon. For us at least, it worked out. We paid off a debt we owed to the president. And the rest will be fine. Once the president overcomes this political predicament she's suddenly in. What's the news from your information network? Well, for one thing, Rumi is still a child for her and the other students who still have Tyke syndrome. It's hard for them to roam around since they draw too much attention, especially for Rumi. She's so well known. On the bright side, the prominent information network is still intact, so we're bringing in the news from all around. And most of the news right now is about Genryumon. They're in disarray. President's facing a lot of criticism, condemnation even. Well, I know, I couldn't believe it either at first. Well, yeah, this is the biggest consequences of making people like like this is the biggest consequences of forcing people to not think for themselves, right? If you don't have an opinion, if you don't have your own opinion, like you'll like, when the time comes that you have to uh like when the time comes that you have to stand to your own opinion, like it's going to be very hard to it's going to how am I supposed to say this? Like it's going to be hard on Kisaki's part because well, all throughout these years I don't really know if Kisaki is enforcing a strict censorship, I guess, that only her opinion is allowed. But I don't know if Kisaki is doing that or that's just how Genryumon works. Like the president before Kisaki is the type of person that uh censors things, right? And then Kisaki doesn't know this, and like yeah, no, Kisaki knows it, but then if she changed that, then she will no longer be viewed. So Kisaki is also forced to have only her opinions to herself, but they don't to only have her opinions to be heard. But now that Kai has revealed that, now it's breaking apart. Now I guess let's continue. I may be wrong. Of course, not all Genrymon members feel that way. It's mainly the hardliners. To sum it up, they're questioning Kisaki's legitimacy as the president. See, there's a normal process to choosing a student council president, but Kisaki was not Kisaki was elected breaking the tradition. The process of installing Madam Kisaki wasn't normal at all. Traditionally, the president has to be a third year student. Madam Kisaki was only a second year when she took office. Yeah, but this is not her fault. This is not Kisaki's fault. She was elected as the president. So she has nothing she has no the process of installing Madam Kisaki was not normal, but it wasn't her fault though. She didn't force people to vote for her. In fact, she was the one who was placed in that position. So it has nothing to do with her choice being the president. It's the fact that she was placed there and she had no choice. But wasn't that because Genrymon endorsed her? And one of the reasons they did was because the previous president lost her position. But who is it? Unfortunate and not normal. Wait, unfortunate and not normal, but it did happen. Yeah, but now the question is, who is this previous president? Is this guy? This is so weird. Yeah, like this is the one piece of the puzzle that's not clicking for me right now. Like, who was the previous president? Yes, and if it hadn't, okay, wow, they're just straight up, they're no longer calling her madam. Yes, and if it hadn't, Kisaki would never have been considered for president. That consideration alone was a massive breach of tradition. Even so, the decision was unanimous, which goes to show that the entire process was rotten from top to bottom. It has to be set right. I mean, it's if you think about it, if you want the process to be set right, I mean, you have a choice to either vote Kisaki, or you vote Kai, or you vote Rumi, or you vote for Saya, or someone else, I guess. There's Shun's right there, I guess. What? Maybe we shouldn't tell Kisaki about this. I don't think so. She already knows about it. Kisaki may be sickly, but she's very smart. I suggest you be the one to tell her, or else she'll be upset when she finds out you did. Fair enough. She'll take it well. She'll probably just say a president must accept people's judgment. Oh, it sounded like her. Thank you. I appreciate how open you are with all of this. I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. I'm not a frigging politician. Let's continue. The teacher is always on the student's side. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a politician. I'm not always sure when to be open, even with you, Sensei. But let me just tell you the rest. Considering that Shintanikai calls all this, she doesn't seem very interested in up with it. Following up with it. Oh, is Genrymon still arguing back and forth about how to govern in Kisaki's absence, and whether she earned her title legitimately? And how does any of that help us with the potion? Don't waste your time on gossip. Focus on the potion. It's what we're here for. Who's she talking to? Is she talking to that traitor that like fainted? We need better process, more supplies, especially more 10,000 year ginseng. Okay, this is going to be difficult because if you disturb it, and this is gonna take time. Whatever we're lacking, request it from Genryumon. If that doesn't suffice, call the Black Torch probably. I'll be here in the request it. You're just gonna knock on their door. Hey, we need 10,000 year ginseng. Can you give it to us? Eh? Kai, I know you're smart, but come on, don't be dumb. I'm surrounded by... Ooh. So now the prominent is up in arms, trying to get the restrictions overturned, and the Eastern Alchemy Society is throwing requisitions all over the place. This is Kai doing this though. Normally Genrymon would come in and mediate for everyone, but now, yeah. Are you telling me Genrymon is just allowing the request from Kai? The Black Tortoise Prominent wants to duck responsibility. The Black Tortoise Prominent wants to duck responsibility? No, not happening. They definitely had a hand in this. They probably caused it just to get the Moonlight Festival cancelled, so they wouldn't have. I'm sorry, what? They probably caused it just to get the Moonlight Festival cancelled? They want this to happen for profits! You said that they want this to happen for profits, and they were just telling me to... Eh? Is that a bit of a sketch? There's no evidence for that. True. You listen here, you little... You're either with Genrymon and everything Shanghai Jing always stands for, or you're not. Cheeks. Right now, there's no precedent, so who's going to keep order and stand up for the school if not us? Ina. You're just a member though, you're not the head. Mother. Okay, so there's the hard line and there's the moderate. Sheesh. Well, we do need order and we can't function without a leader. But who are you suggesting? Not who, what? We have our traditions to guide us. What do you mean? Chain of command. Yeah, but the highest in your command. I mean, she's dumb, but she's got a point, you know. I propose to have an internet government like voting. Someone who embodies our traditions the most. Genrymon is trying to replace Kisaki. You know, speaking as part of the Black Tortoise Prominent, I've never had much love for Genrymon, but I do recognize that Shanghai Jing needs them, and I think they always will. Not that I agree with what they're doing here. They're trying to expel Kisaki for going against tradition. Sheesh. What else do we know? Well, that's most of it, except the latest word is that the hardliners are already close to picking a replacement. Please. You want to bring the pecking order? Why? They preserve the very essence of our culture. Who better to represent Shanghai Jing tradition? Not only that, but between physical demands of the opera performance and Kaguya's training, there's some of our best fighters, okay? But does that make it the right thing to do? To put it another way, would it align with tradition? Here's my proposal. Release Kaguya and let her give us her opinion. Then we go from there. I mean, you've got no other choice, I guess. Well, we see Kaguya again, I guess. That sounds bad. It does, and I can't say which way it's going to go. That's why I wanted to ask for your advice. No pressure, of course. You can just tell me whatever comes to your mind. Or you can just go on listening. Maybe that's enough. If you want to know what I think... Thank you, Sensei. This almost feels like a lesson. Should I salute you, like in class? Salute you like in class? Do you salute me while in class? This isn't a military school, you know. Well, not so much. Fair enough. Have I heard the saying, power abhors a vacuum? Interesting. Okay. Well, I think I have, but also it doesn't mean people will seize power when there's an empty spot. Well, depends, I guess, because there are people who crave for power, and there's something called the need for someone to take the chain of command so that everything can stabilize. Okay. It also means pressure from below. Well, it also means pressure from below will push someone into that position. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a difference between someone who's going to capitalize on it or the necessity to place someone there, or else everything else falls. Power and authority ought to go hand in hand with responsibility and accountability. True. And as we go through life, things are going to happen. The question is, who's responsible will come up. Someone who has a set direction, take that responsibility and make a decision. Is this what's going to happen? So they're going to, yeah. Oh, okay, something clicked again in my brain. So what if they find a replacement for Kisaki, right? So the burden is no longer, like, the burden for keeping the school intact is no longer on Kisaki's shoulders. So she now has time to solve this entire thing, which now proves that the only person that is capable of solving Shanghai Jing's problem is Kisaki, which is why they're going to kick the temporary president out and reinstate her, because she's the best capable one for this one. Okay, now I may be wrong, so let's continue. In that sense, someone with ambition who claws their way into power might actually find happiness for themselves, at least in terms of satisfying their own personal needs and desires. But if someone without that ambition gets pressured into it just by another person's expectation, precisely how Kisaki was elected in the first place. Yeah, this is how Kisaki was done. Yeah, she was elected. She was forced into this position. The Kaguya I know is a lot of things, but she's not ambitious. She's more like an old school craftswoman, rigid and inflexible. And if they put her in charge, well, it's gonna be good, I guess. Right. I think I'm going a lot. I'm thinking of a lot of ways this could go very wrong. Very mid. Now, Reijo may be kung fu, but she's also smart. Kaguya, please step out of your cell. You're free. Why? My, this is unexpected. Is this the will of the president? That's the thing. President's gone. It's the will of Genryumon. That raises more questions than it answers. We'll explain everything. Will you please come with us? And that is what you missed in Shanghai, and that's what you missed in Shanghai Jing. So let me pull it all together. The president disappears and I think I has returned. She's taking over the restaurant. Pardon me, I'm getting Pardon me, I'm getting ahead of myself. So let me put this together. Okay, alright. I already read that. A disease called Tyke syndrome is turning people into children. The Black Tortoise Promenade is under quarantine, and the Moonlight Festival is at risk of being cancelled. Look at all that happened here all at once. Now, Kaguya, Genrymon has come together and decided we need to fall back on our traditions. More than that, we need an organization to help us unfold them. At least for now. And you thought of the Peking Opera Club. That's right. I'd be honored, as would we all, but I suspect you have something else to tell me. Yes, we have to tell you straight. We need a president, and we want it to be you, at least for now. Okay, so it was the hard line. So it was the hard line that said it. I thought it was the moderate. I thought it was the moderate that told her we need a president. That she got surprised. Okay, never mind. It was the hard line one. Shanghai Jing is in dire need of both tradition and order, and based on your previous questioning, you wanted to allow Shintanikai to return to school. Coincidentally, that's already happened, and if you handle this situation well, you'll be able to make other decisions for Shanghai Jing. I'm seeing something here, like Kisaki doesn't really want to be the president, right? But she's the most qualified to be a president. And now that Kaguya is the president, she will now see, like, yeah, I think this is now Kaguya's redemption arc. Like I think this is going to be Kaguya's redemption arc. Like, this will now solidify Kaguya's loyalty towards Kisaki, because now she can see why Kisaki is doing everything in the first place. Like, now she can see that every suggestion that she did during the Kipao Marina event, all those suggestions actually means nothing, because Kisaki has a much more harder, like, plate to handle. And when Kaguya actually sees all of this, now she'll understand that the president did everything because it was the only way. And now that Kaguya can see it, she will denounce herself as the president and install Kisaki again. So now her loyalty is completely solidified in following Kisaki. Because, well, she's the most qualified, and two, everything she has done is like it's the correct thing, and Kaguya cannot see it because she never sat in the throne to begin with. All she can see is like looking up to Kisaki, and now that she actually sat on the throne and experienced the shenanigans of Shanghai Jing firsthand, now she'll understand that this is basically a Kaya moment. I think this is a Kaya moment, but much more serious and much less dumb. Like, Kaya's first experience as being the student council president like allows her to take the first-hand experience of how chaotic Kivotos is. But this time it's just Shanghai Jing, and this one's more serious. I think it's more serious, at least. And then Kaguya's like, everything that I have, every doubts that I had for the president is all gone, because now I understand the hardship that she has been dealing with. And if the Genryumon members, this is going to be the icing on the cake. If the Genryumon members will to tell Kisaki that all this time she was sick, and everything that Kisaki she did everything on that, like, it was beyond her limit, and the fact that Kisaki did everything perfectly even though she was sick, that's gonna be the icing on the top on, like, she's the perfect leader, because even though she's sick, even though she's handicapped, she still managed to bring order and peace throughout Shanghai Jing. Not even just Genryumon, but also Shanghai Jing as a whole. My brain is accelerating way too fast for this event, and I love it. I don't know how to tell this to Rumi or Kisaki. I'll figure that part out. Thank you. After that, well, we'll have to consider all the responsibilities and plan our next move. Even if they do put Kaguya in charge, they'll still have problems. Yeah, precisely. Kaguya never knew the full like the full difficulty of Kisaki's position. So maybe I'm wrong, of course. Maybe Kaguya actually knows, or maybe Kaguya actually does this. And well, hey, I got Kisaki. I pulled for Kisaki, and well, she's still the president in there. So yeah, so her Momoto evidently happens after this entire thing, and the fact that she's still the president, I mean, I got a little bit spoiled there, but I accidentally spoiled myself there. But well, hey, promise is a promise. Promise is a promise. I guess I did promise that once Kisaki comes out, I will immediately do her relationship story. So well, hey, here we are. Her legitimacy will be in question from the get-go. Ironically, the only person who can claim true legitimacy is Shintani Kai. Yeah, but she doesn't want to be president, though. She only wants to be a president because she wants to complete this. Yeah, she did say that she only wanted everything to happen because she wants to complete the potion. The question is, what happens if the potion is complete? Like, what happens if your purpose is complete? Do you keep do you want to keep sitting on the throne, or do you want to leave? Yeah, that's the thing that I want to see now. She won her stare down with Kisaki, circumstances notwithstanding. More importantly, she would have been, some would say, should have been, a Shanghai Jin grad. That word will always have a big question mark here in Kivotos. What happens if a student graduates? Where do they go when they graduate? Curious. But alright then, let's continue. But the Eastern Alchemy Society appears to be staying out of that particular debate, and Shintani Kai is holding her ground where she is now. If Shintani Kai had either grabbed for more power or signed it away, this would all be going much more smoothly. Okay, so but the reason why Kai wanted to be in power is only for the potion. She did say that if the potion is completed, she will revert everything back to normal. So yeah, she doesn't want to be a president because she wants the power. She only wants the position for the sole purpose of completing the potion as smoothly and as properly as possible. But the way it's going now, a lot's going to come down to Kaguya's decision. Yeah. Not just a lot, everything. I am actually starting to like Ratio now. She actually is much more brainy than she is brawny. I understand. What Shanghai Jing needs the most at this very moment is the restoration of order and tradition. And with that in mind, what are you gonna do, Kaguya? Ooh, big twist. I must refuse. I cannot take that position at present. Bruh, big twist. Okay, why not? You're asking the Peking Opera Club. You are asking the Peking Opera Club and I to destroy Shanghai Jing's tradition in order to protect it. This is a twist I wasn't expecting. That's... Moreover, assuming Madame Kisaki's position while she's missing would make me a usurper. Nothing more. It would be... Oh dear, not where I was expecting it to go, but sheesh. Oh dear. Kaguya, I'm only an artist, a producer, and a performer. Anyone from the Peking Opera would agree. I may be strict, my methods of training intense, but it's all for the sake of performance. And for what the performance means to Shanghai Jing as a whole, I had no other ambition or intentions behind it. Then why did you stage the coup in the first place then? I may be strict in my methods of training intense, my methods of training intense, but for the sake of performance. Then why did you do that coup in the first place then? Eh, she did that coup in the Kipao Marina event because she deemed the outsiders she deemed the decision of the outsiders of Shanghai Jing to enter Shanghai Jing to be a threat to tradition. But now she's saying, maybe, but it's all for the sake of the performance. Eh? Okay. And for what? And for what that performance means to Shanghai Jing as a whole, I had no other ambitions or intentions behind. Oh, okay. So I think I'm seeing this now. Like, she only wants to do it for the sake of Shanghai Jing, right? But now this is for Shanghai Jing. That there's no, like, this is now an internal matter. I had done so out of selfishness, in a way. I would have deserved far more punishment than I received. Expulsion would have been the least of it. But listen, right now Shanghai Jing is, yes, I understand Ganyumon's perspective on that matter. And should the chaos continue, every student in Shanghai Jing will suffer for it. I love Shanghai Jing and its tradition. My club and I upheld them for a long time. And so I will contribute to maintaining order as best as I can within the allowed school regulations. Inflexible? Well, that settles it. Thank you, Kaguya. Oh, this is a twist I wasn't expecting, but we'll see where this goes. We've received another message from the Eastern Alchemy Society. It says, uh-oh. All resources and supports available in Shanghai Jing are to be directed to the Eastern Alchemist. You're taking orders from a criminal, by the way. People, are you this dumb? Please prove me wrong. Please, for the love of everything that's in here in Kivotos, please prove me wrong. Are you seriously this dumb to take orders from one of the 7 prisoners? Just to confirm, has the society made the request so frequently? No, not at all. In fact, until now, the society's position has usually been closer to, we won't ask for anything, so don't mind us. Then this is their new approach, or perhaps a return to a very old one. A return to a very old one. So is this the reason why Kisaki got wind? Like, is this the reason why Kisaki, like, kicked her out then? Like, Kai... Where is it? We received another message from the Eastern Alchemy Society. Okay, she didn't say that Shinta Nikai is the one in charge of the Eastern Alchemy Society now. So yeah, I think they didn't know. I think they don't know. Yeah, I think the Genrymon member does not know that the one who's currently in Eastern Alchemy Society is Kai. Now let's continue. In either case, such a request would be quite difficult to fill. True, but in fairness, all of us do owe them for our current positions, and in a roundabout way, you owe them for your freedom. No, she does not owe them their freedom. You're the one who decided. To release her because you had no leader. Trying to deflect the blame, I see. It'll be hard to keep turning them down. We could do what we can for them for the time being, and then reconsider later on. Is that the consensus of Genrymon? No, it's just hers. So no one wants to... So this is Genrymon. Nobody wants to take responsibility, so they placed someone up there, in here, So that that person will be the one to take all of the responsibility, and that's what Kisaki is being forced into. No one, I said, yeah, this is basically it. Nobody wants to be in this chair. Like, even Kisaki does not like it. But she's the most qualified one. Eh. Alright, let's proceed with that suggestion for now. As long as you agree to sign off on it. Where's she going? I mean, the first thing that she needs to do is to clean her room because she was in jail. You need to dust off your bed. A home is like an inn. You stay for a while, but we're all travelers. Someday we'll all move on. Power and status are like autumn breeze, brushing against one's collar on a night walk down an wait. Power and status are like an autumn breeze, brushing against one's collar on a night walk down an unclear path. On a night walk, okay, on a night walk. On a night walk down an unclear path. Where is this path for me? For the Peking Opera Club, for Shanghai Jing. And has the president always faced such questions? Every day. Every day. We made it, Sensei. The Black Tortoise Promenade's secret hideout. Okay. I can't believe we made it here, Sensei. It's all thanks to you. Both thanks to you. Both thanks to you, Mina and Reijo. Well, we couldn't have just done it without your direction, Sensei. Right, Mina? Oh, right, Mina? Yeah, she's tired. She's asleep. She's asleep. I don't blame her. Don't worry, she's fine. This is a very rundown place to be a hideout and the place to sleep as well. Sheesh. What about you, madam? I'm embarrassed and indebted to all you, but I'm not hurt. Yeah, this is a very curious interaction now because this is literally Black Tortoise and Genryumon working together, even though they hate each other. Well, Kisaki doesn't really hate Black Tortoise Promenade, and Reijo, no, not Reijo. Yeah, it's Rumi. Rumi doesn't really hate Kisaki, but it's the fact that the restrictions. I guess the restrictions that Kisaki plays on them. I guess. Yeah, there's nothing to be embarrassed about it. It's okay if you say so. It was close though. Could at least... It was close though. That could easily have gone worse for Kisaki. Yeah, this is... Yeah, it's like... Rumi is no longer calling her president. She's just straight up calling her, by her name now. And now Shintanika is back, and Shintanika is back now. It's huge in itself, but... Putting that aside for that moment, what say you and I head back to the promenade, Reijo? Oh, without the president? Yes, exactly. I mean, Kisaki is being hunted now. Sorry, let's just hurry. Oh, Rumi, there's no need to push yourself so hard. You're a child. You're a child, you know. I'm stronger than you. Jeez. There they go. Indeed. You're still alright? Yeah, you don't have the... This is very curious. She's not drinking the Immortality elixir? Huh. Yeah, we have not seen any dialogue of her taking the immortality elixir. Yeah, and if she has drunken the elixir before that fight earlier, she should be drinking it right now because it is morning. I'll take your word for it. The awkward silence continued. Kisaki kept her head down, staring at the floor. You good? Would you tell me about Kai? Shintanikai. You want to know? There's no there's no point, it's ancient history. You're still gonna tell me though. Do you remember that conversation we had about a year ago when I told you about the first decisions I made as the new president? About expelling some third-year student? Yes, it was Kai. As you may have already guessed, the student was Kai. Yes. This music, though. As I mentioned, that was not a popular decision. Even if it was the right... Why was with the uppercase? Even if it was the right decision, there were all kinds of calls for protocols, process, validity. But the decision was mine alone. And once the water is spilled, there's no putting it back. Shintanikai wanted to become a sage. She tried to make a potion that would bring her enlightenment. She told other students she was making an immortality elixir. They believed her and they wanted to join her project. So she had them try it. And that was the people that suffered? She had hold on her followers. They started asking for custom potions with unique effects. So this was the victims then. The effects were remarkable at first. But then this is when the monkey's paw comes in. But they didn't last, and they did long-term damage. Students who wanted high grades in physical education would drink potions to enhance their strength and speed, which also damaged their body's metabolism. This is actually much more deeper than I thought. So now there's now a reason for Kai to be resentment for her, because in Kai's eyes, she was just doing the right thing. Because she just wants to make potions for enlightenment. But this, if you're looking at this in a chemist's perspective, every potion you make will always have a wrong side effect, especially if it's experimental. And those students that took the potion knew this. I think they knew it. They knew there would be consequences, but they still took it. And I think, alright, I mean, of course, I have been wrong already a couple of times, so I think this is the reason why Kisaki wanted to stop it. These students don't know any better. Yeah, these students don't know any better. They just want a unfair advantage, I guess, and now they're now having this monkey's paws effect on them, where what they wish has consequences. Students who wanted to taste new flavors drank potions that altered their sense of taste permanently. Yeah, but is that really Kai's fault? Granted, Kai wasn't the only one to cause troubles for her potion brewing. Saya did too. But Saya only wanted her potions to make people happy. But so did Kai. And for those who suffered side effects, she would give them a free antidote. I thought you said long-term effect, permanent effects. Immortality goes against every natural laws in the world. Side effects would be an understatement. In Saya's case, she realized seemingly that true happiness couldn't be given away in a bottle. But Kai was much more stubborn, obsessed. All she cared about were the results. Whatever could make her a sage, that was all that matters. All that mattered. When her followers begged her for antidote, she made them work. Bruh. Obviously, Genrymon took issue with that. Not just for the obvious ethical reasons, but because Shinta Nikai had effectively created a new faction with no regard of their authority. Sounds like a powder keg. Let me ask you this, Sensei. Are you from... Yeah, this is it, the monkey's paw. Every wish you have will always have a consequence. Yeah, if you're asking for... If you wish something just for the sake of its pleasure, it will have a consequence. About the magical charm that grants wishes, only in a twisted way. It makes a good metaphor for when a goal becomes too unpleasant, too costly. It was also one of Shinta Nikai's nicknames, Monkey of the Senses. Now, perhaps I was impulsive in dealing with her, but I believe that letting her run wild for another day would have shaken Shanghai Jing to its foundations. To be fair though, this isn't 100% Kai's fault. Like, she just wanted, like, Kai and Saya are not actually that different, well, in my opinion, because people just want pleasure, right? Or maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, because Kai is obsessed with sagehood. Yeah, maybe that's the thing that I'm overlooking here. Kai is very obsessed with sagehood. And maybe that's the missing thing that I'm missing here, because obsession is very, very dangerous. Especially when you're obsessed. Especially when that obsession is very difficult to attain. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's continue. Even so, it's never easy to expel a student, not in any school. Especially not in Shanghai Jing, with its famous fear of change and exceptions. Had I taken the time to follow all proper procedures, Kai might have graduated by the time I would have expelled her. So I made the unprecedented decision to expel her right away. Then I erased all her records so that no one could duplicate her work. This is the right thing to do, though. What's happening now might be karma for that. Karma means an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. What you have done is not karma, it's what you call consequences of action. Yeah, because if you do good, something good will also come. Bad deeds, right? Bad deeds. Bad deeds are rewarded with bad deeds, and good deeds will be rewarded with good deeds. What you did was not wrong. It was necessary. So yeah, this is not karma, this is consequences. Whoa, sheesh. Kai has every right to resent me. And look how blank. For someone whose grin rivals that of freaking Zinch, when she said that she resented Kisaki, this was her face. She actually is not having any pleasure in what happened to her, like what Kisaki has, like what she has no pleasure in what she's like what she wants Kisaki to experience, I guess. But yeah, this is a very, very, like, I don't know. This face is so out of place for Kai, who is very obsessed, very manipulative. This face is so out of place. Like, no obsession, just, I don't know. I may be overthinking, but let's continue. Whatever else she did, she wasn't gunning for revenge until I pulled. Yeah, whatever else she did, she wasn't gunning for revenge until I poured all that venom into her heart. Yeah, like, yeah, look at this face. This is so different from what she has been. Like, there's sorrow in this face. Like, there's pain. But there's pain, but she's holding it. Bruh, this story, why is this way too serious? Like she said to me, she was a small sacrifice made for the greater. See, guys, the Tao is bad. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Let's continue. I won't make excuses. That would be cowardly. Very simple, but very true. My actions, my decisions created the monster that Kai is now. Storms, fires, floods. All the responsibility with no excuses. She's right. She was right. That's what it means to be a president. I don't see it that way. Okay? What do you mean, Sensei? You made the... We either talk about her? Yeah, we either, like, point at her, which... Yeah, you already made your decision, and it was the only thing that you can do. While Kai... Yeah, I'm going here. I'm going here because Kai needs to see her own obsession. Kai needs to see that what she's done is everything for the sake of that sagehood. And she needs to take responsibility for everything she has done. You're saying it was Kai's decision to be the way she is now. Yes, because she was obsessed of becoming a sage. And you have nothing, like, what you have done is, yeah, what you have done is basically, yeah, what you have done is basically showing her that she's wrong, but unfortunately it was already too late. But like Shanghai Jing's past, things are complicated. Some things don't fit in its terms. True. Sometimes that illusion of choice thing is like, it's so annoying. Like, I just read both of them and just click one. Don't forget what you're responsible for now. Don't forget what we're responsible for now. We still make our own decisions in the present. But soon this moment will become past. We'll have to do... Yeah, I'm not going to say this because this feels like you just want to survive that day. This one, you just... Yeah, this is... Thread the needle as best as you can. But then we have to take responsible. We have to make decision. Right, we have our responsibility to the future too. We want to make choices we can look back and be proud. Now, I'm not gonna say this because as someone who has done as someone who has done 90% mistakes and 10% choices that I'm proud of, I'm not going to go here. I'll be going here. Because most of my choices are incorrect. But of course, I'll take responsibility for every action I did. Like the respect we have for our past and traditions. I see. I hadn't thought of it that way. A lot of Shanghai-jing students still have their doubts about me. The Kisaki administration was never a conventional one. Well, but it was the best. But it was the best that they ever will. It's the best Shanghai-jing will ever experience. Do you know how they view Shanghai-jing Academy from the outside? Most don't even know where it is. Compared to the 3 major academies, it's a tiny speck on the map. Those who do know where to find it usually only come for the food from the promenade. They think of us as a bunch of eccentrics hiding in traditions and customs. I hated that. What they thought of us, how they treated us. Yeah, you wanted to open up. You want the world to know who you are. Like, you want the mystery of Genrymon to disappear, but at the same time, it's the good for the it's the good for your school, but at the same time, the people may not be on board with that. I always find you insights when I talk to you, Sensei. You don't believe me? You should know by now about this amazing talent of yours. It's not I think it's not the fact. I don't think it's the fact that I always find new insights when I talk to you. I don't think it's the fact that it's because of, like, me, but I think it's just the fact that, she can say things and we'll listen to her, right? I think it's not because of me as a sensei, as a person, or I think it's just because, like, she finally has someone to talk her mind out, right? Like, most of the time she has to keep her thoughts to herself, but now that Sensei is now here and we can listen to her, like, she can now, like a friend, like your best friend, like, every problems you have, every confusions you have, you always talk that to your friends. Like, you don't talk that, like, I mean, if you are really close to your parents, I guess that will do, but most of the time you always talk your problems to your best friend. And I think, like, Kisaki doesn't look at Mina as a quote-unquote best friend, right? Kisaki looks at Mina as her protector, as her subordinate, but she looked at us as an equal, and this is why, like, she finds new insights, because she is she finds us as an equal and not a subordinate, not below her, not above her, but an equal. So yeah, it's not my talent, it's just the fact that you feel comfortable with me. The path ahead is a bit clearer now. Thank you, Sensei. I haven't done anything though. And I have one more thing to ask of you. We will hold the Moonlight Festival. This uppercase is starting to trigger me a little bit. Why uppercase? So until we do, would you stay and help me just a little bit longer? I mean, let's just say, if you want me to stay a little bit longer, you're gonna be the one to make the explaining to Rin about why I wasn't there to do the paperwork. I mean, let's continue. By at your service, my queen. Wait, what? Madam President, what are you doing? Oh, she in our back. Yeah, she piggyback. Or something, I just wanted to yeah, she did the same thing. Yeah, she did the same thing in the Mina and Rumi event. She jumped on her back. This is it. That's your first order. Just stand still for a moment. My head between Kisaki's thighs. What a time to be alive. Gomen Hina. Uh-oh. Put her down, put her down. Put her down. Kisaki Sensei, are you alright? The Black Doctor's Promenade members have something to. They want. She sees us. Yeah, she sees us. Yeah, she sees Kisaki on top of my shoulders. Oh no. She gonna get jealous? No, it's not what you think. Uh-oh. What are you? Okay. Okay. Okay, this is a little bit. Okay, this is a little bit breaking of the ice, but this is fun. This is funny. This. Well, nothing happened, right? Second. I wanted to. Loud. Fine, two of you. One on the left, one on my right shoulder, one on my right shoulder, the other one on my left. Yes, go that way. Never, always blue archive. A serious situation turned funny. So let's start over. I brought. Stop it! Stop that face, you little. Let's start over. I brought the Black Tortoise prominent members over. There's something they want to say. Does this include the mobs? Oh, it's a rare occasion. Your people from the party want to speak to me in person. Betcha they're gonna say, please lift the restrictions you placed on us. Snap of a finger, huh? Okay. Mm-hmm. Go, go ahead, I'm listening. What? What? I was about to say like father like son, but no, this is like father like son. Man, everyone knows disguises, don't they? What? What's going on? Surprise! A surprise! Genrymon members asked to see you, Kisaki. I had to smuggle added drugs or something. Can't have them running around the promenade while they haven't locked down, right? It draws all kinds of suspicion. So we're here. So here they are in disguise. Shanghai Jing and Genrymon need you, madam. All of us here agree. Moderate. The hardliners have taken over Genrymon and they've lost their way. Wow. Well, I have to say, this is a step in the right direction now. Like, they are now starting to think for themselves. Like, now they're now starting to think who really is a true leader. Like, they're now thinking on their own opinions now. And the fact that they are here looking for Kisaki because, like, they see Kisaki as the correct leader. Right? They may be dumb. They may keep screaming the president is coming while they have radios on their ears. But well, at least they now think for themselves. Now they have their own opinions. And that's a step in the right direction. They handed control over to the Eastern Alchemy Society and they're failing as a student council. So we're here to follow you. No matter what you decide, we'll do everything we can to make it happen. I would say to call... Genuine aways your orders once again, madam. I wouldn't say to call them moderate. I would say to call them... Yeah, the best name for them probably would be loyalists. While the hardliners should be called radicals. Yeah, it's I think it's the correct statement for this one. I wonder how... Okay, here's the thing. I wonder how many these loyalists are. Because, well, we only have 3 in here. Yeah, we only have 3 in the screen right now. I wonder how many of them are. Very well. Aw. I think Kisaki missed the opportunity here, to say that like yeah, I think Kisaki missed the opportunity here to say that Shinto Nikai has already told you that I am not the perfect president, but do you really want me to become a president? Like something like that, right? A little missed opportunity there, but well, hey, this fits too. For too long, Shanghai Jing has used the past not as a foundation but as a wall. Instead of seeking answers from its lessons, they seek service to its rules. We prize obedience over choice and judgment. But to see to see the many miles ahead, we must climb another level of the tower. We must walk the land with our own two legs and look up at the sky with our own two eyes. With our own two eyes. This moment, every moment, this moment, every moment is our responsibility. We must give our best and wait for the will of the heavens. Giving into fear and trepidation will gain us nothing. We may wander, but we shall never be lost. Now, let us reclaim our Shanghai Jig.